All right, second graders, I need everyone to get out your papers that you were working on for lesson 9, because we've got some wonky donkey answers. So we're going to work on this a little bit together. So this is what we're doing. Second graders at home, you could pause the video, write that down real quick, and then you'll be ready to do it with us. Okay? So get out your work. Troy, get out your work. All right. So let's see. Problem number 1. What are we jumping? Amy, we're working on this together because I'm getting some really wonky donkey answers. So we're going to work on this together a little bit. Okay. Number 1. Who's with me? What are we jumping? I should see more than Troy's hand in the air. You all have your papers in front of you. Tell me the answer or tell me the problem. Sahedi?
300.
From? You're starting at what number and you're jumping to 300?
70.
Right. It's literally right here. Okay. So for 70, we need to get to our friendly number. Right? So we hopped 3 tens because we go 70, 80, 90, 100. So that's 1, 2, 3 hops. 1, 2, 3 hops. It's not 3 random hops, it's 3 tens. So that's what we put. Then you're at 100. Well, we still need to go to 300. So it's 100, 200, 300. We jump by 200s. 1, 2 hops to get us to our number. Jahedi, you need to be at your seat. Get to your seat because you're jumping all over the place. You're getting in Sophia's space. Please don't do that. Okay? So if that's not what you have written down, you better write it down quick. If that's not what, that answer was written up there initially, so you should have all had that one right. Okay. The next one, number 2. So that is number 1. If you're at home, you should be doing this along with us. Okay? Number 2, we're jumping from 300 to 450. Am I going to start with my tens? No way. No way. That's going to take me forever because I'm already at 100. I'm going to jump to the next 100. So I'm at 300. Please stop stomping your feet, Troy. I cannot talk over it. 300, we're jumping. We're jumping to 400. How many did I jump? I jumped by 100. 100. I didn't jump by 1s because that would take me forever. I didn't jump by 10s because that's not the highest number I can jump by. I jumped by 100 because that's when I can jump by. That's when it made sense. Riley, you need to quit playing with your mask. It doesn't keep you safe. It doesn't keep you healthy if you're constantly touching it. I mean, if you have to pick it up and move it, that's okay. Then leave it alone. It's not a toy. All right, are we done? No, we need to go to 450. So, can we count by hundreds anymore? No. What's going to be the one that makes sense? Sahedi?
10.
10. 410. If we need to write that, go for it. 420. 430. 440. 450. So I hopped 1 hop, 2 hop, 3 hop, 4 hop, 5 hops. So I would say 5 tens. That's what I would like. Am I just making random humps on here? No, that's not what we're doing. We're doing hops with what we're counting. Please fix it. If you did number 2 and you did it wrong, please look and fix it. Get out your big eraser out of your big eraser out of your boxes like Amy and erase it and fix it. Okay? 1, We're not just here to mess around. We're here to learn and do the work. And if we make a mistake, we're here to fix it so our brains can learn, right? Our brains learn when things are challenging, and we need to think about it. Amy, I don't like your Chromebook on the floor like that. It needs to be either in your desk or in that bag very carefully. Okay, we're gonna do number 3, and then you guys can just fix all of that, fix them all. Okay, so turn around. We're gonna do number 3 real quick. 160 to 700. Okay, gotta plug it in. Plug my computer in. There we go. Okay. All right. 160 to 70. So I have to start at 160. Right? To 700. Sorry, not 70. I misspoke earlier. I need to count to get to the next 100. Am I going to count by hundreds? No, I'm going to count by tens to get me to that friendly number, to get me to that hundreds. I'm going to go 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. How many hops did it take me to get there? 1 hop, 2 hops, 3 hops, 4 hops. So I would say I jumped by 4 tens. Okay, that's how many jumps I made. Now I'm at 200. How am I going to get to 700? Am I going to keep counting by tens? No. What am I going to count by? What's going to make the most sense, Rudy? What? I'm going to count all the way from 200 to 700 with ones? That's going to take me forever. What's going to be the fastest way to count? What? Hundreds, absolutely. 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, and finally to 700. Those of you at home, I'll put you down a little bit so y'all can see. And let's count how many hops that took me. For my 200, 1 hop, 2 hop, 3 hop, 4 hop, 5 hop. So I would say 5 hundreds. I hopped by 5 hundreds. Okay? So you guys may fix those problems very quickly. Fix those problems very quickly, and then we'll move on and do the next ones. Okay? Thank you. Troy, hon, bring me your paper so I can look at it. Put it on my sheet right there, on my little rolling desk right over here. And then you step back and I'll take a look. And then if you don't need to work, hey, just step right there. And then if you don't need to work on this anymore, you may go get on Zern. I know, but you've stopped it in order to do the work with us, correct? So I'm saying you can get back onto Zern and work on that while you're waiting. Okay, Troy. Did you turn this in on Dojo? Okay, come and take it, put it in your backpack and get it onto the Zoom. You don't have to do the work. Well, see, you haven't finished, you haven't told me how many tens or how many hundreds or anything you've done. So you need to actually look at the board and see how I've written that and write that on your sheet on those ones. From 1, 2, and 3. You just did that on the board, okay? Look how I wrote it. And you can go and you can add that to your paper. Because it looks like you did pretty well. Just go finish that. You can go sit on the floor by that big tall cabinet and do that, okay? Amy, please stop. Okay, I need you to write like tens, hundreds, just like I did on the board. So how many, are you jumping by tens, are you jumping by hundreds, how many have you jumped? Things like that, are you jumping by ones? Okay, so turn back, turn the page over. So just add to that, just like I have it, okay? Okay, just keep working on the For those of you at home, we're being a bit pokey today getting this down. I don't know why this seems to be so challenging, but if you guys think that you're ready to move on at home and you want to try the next one, pause the video, write down the next one, and try that on your own. We're counting by ones, tens, hundreds, whichever one makes sense to go by first in order to get to that friendly number. Okay, so we did number 1, 2, and 3. We have that on board. Check your work. Number 4 is counting from 700 to 870. Okay, once you've written that down, do the ones on the back. Okay, 68 to 200, 200 to 425, 486 to 700, 700 to 982. Okay, so do that work at home. Okay, and then we'll try to do it here too, and get everybody on the same page, right? Okay. Hold on. Okay, the only thing you need to add, sweetheart, how did you get from 400 to 450? You can't just jump by 50. Look what we did here. 400 to 450, we jumped by 5 tenths. So I need you to write, I jumped 5 tenths. I jumped 100. I jumped 3 tenths. I jumped 200s. Okay? That way we can actually see how much you jumped by. Okay? Otherwise it doesn't make any sense. Sweetie, hold on, turn that back over. Does it really take only 5 tenths to get from 160 to 700? Look, 160 to 700, I actually jumped 4 tens to get to 300, which is my friendly, or sorry, to get to 200, which is my friendly number from 160, right? It goes 160, and then my next friendly number is 200, and I have to count by 4 tens in order to get there. Then in order to get to 700, I have to count by 500. So you writing down that you just hopped 5 tens does not make sense. Okay? You need to write it down just like we have up here. Okay? Okay, you still haven't, sweetie? You still didn't finish. Look. You said, well, you counted by 100, but then how many tens did you count? Okay? You're on the right track because I see the numbers that you're hopping. That's good. Just add that I hopped by 5 tens. To number 2. To number 2. Okay. Right? And then to the next one, do that too. I hopped by 4 tens, then by 500s. Okay, stay back. Oh, turn it around so I can see the other side. What I want to see. Okay, sweetie, you did not do that correct. I just see random lines. Do you see how mine, like on number 1, it goes 70, 80, 90, 100. Even if you didn't write 80, 90, I should then see I hopped 3 tens to get to 100. If I hopped to then 300, I hopped 100, 200. I hopped 1, so you don't, even if you didn't have the 200, I should see 2 hops and it should say 200s. Okay? So just keep working away. All right, honey, you still didn't label all your hops. Like I only see one label. Right? Just go and do that to all of them. All right, I'm about ready to put this up on the next couple problems. So you need to finish it up. If you're not there yet, finish it up quickly because we gotta move. We gotta move on, kids. Okay, write your target numbers here, sweetie. Look, Jaya, look. How I at least have, look, you at least need your target numbers. Like, you're hopping from 300, you hop 100 to 400, you hop 5 tens to get to 450. Okay, put those target numbers down. Danny, jumping up and down is not the option, hon. Find your seat. Okay, that doesn't involve you hopping in order to do that, right? It doesn't involve you hopping over there when you need to be at your seat. Goofy kids. Goofy kids. You have number lines on your desk, even if you've lost the one in your desk. You can also draw your math stories to solve those problems. All right. We have number 1, number 2, number 3 on the board. Those should all be correct. Okay? They should all be correct. I need to erase them to move on because I only have one board over here. Okay? Maybe we'll try to draw the next one smaller so we have more space, but I need to move on. But don't forget to write those target numbers and how many hops you're taking. I'm going to erase them and we're going to keep going. We're going to be on number 4. If you need to rewatch the lesson online, you can always do that, right? Rewatch it online on your Google Classroom. But we need to move on. We're spending a lot of time on just a few problems. Okay, number 4. Number 4, we're hopping from 700 to 870. 700 to 870. Okay? Mr. Hades, step back, please. I'm staring at this one so I can check yours from afar in a few minutes. 700. What am I going to count by first? Am I going to count by tens? What's going to make sense? What's the largest number I can count by first? So Hades, the only person looking at me. Second graders, we are on number 4. We are doing it together. I need your eyeballs up here. Thank you. If I'm at 700, not you, Troy, you can work. You've already had yours cleared. You're the only one who had your stuff cleared. So you can put your headphones on and work. 700 to 870. What do I need to count by first? Sophia? What? I'm not going to count by 70. I can count by tens, ones, or hundreds. What am I going to count by? Tens? Think of that biggest one that we can do first. Since we're at a whole number, Riley? Hundreds. Very good, Riley. And how many hundreds does it take me to get to 800? How many hundreds does it take to get to 800 if I'm starting at 700? 700, 800. It only takes me 1, right? 700, 800. I have 100. I need to see this label on there. I need to see that you hopped 100. I need to see that you wrote 800. Okay? I need to see all of those. All right, next, to get to 870, what am I going to count by? Thank you, Mr. Haiti, for being just on top of it. Anybody else? Ashlyn? Am I going to count by ones to get to 870? Does that make sense? 870? Am I going to count by ones if I'm starting at 800? What am I going to count by? Tens. Very good. I'm going to go 800. 810. 820. 830. 840. 850. That should look like a 50. 860, 870. How many tens did I hop? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hopped by 7 tens. I need to see that label. Did you hop by 7 tens? And you did at least see 800 and 870. Those are the numbers that absolutely have to be written down along with your labels up there. Okay? All right. Move on to the next one. It should not have taken us this long. Worries me a little bit. Okay. The next one, 68. To 200. I'm going to start at 68. How am I going to get to my next friendly number? Am I going to count by ones? Am I going to count by tens? Or am I going to count by hundreds to get me to a number with a 0 at the end? So, Haley, what do you think?
Tens.
No. I wanted to get to a number with a 0 at the end. How am I going to get there, Louise? No. We're not going to keep shouting answers at me. Valerie? Ones. Right? 68, 69, 70. Oh my goodness, I hopped 1, 2, 2 ones. Got me to that next target number, that next friendly number. Now, I'm trying to get to 100. What am I going to count by? Amy, if I'm at 70, how am I going to count to get to 100? Ones, tens, hundreds. What's going to get me there the fastest? Am I going to count by ones all the way to 100? No. Am I going to count by tens? Tens would be the easiest. 70, 80, 90. It took me 1, 2 hops so far. 100. 1, 2, 3 hops. So I went 3 tens. I'm at my next target number, 100. Now what I count by to get to 200? Louise, please don't talk to your neighbor. What am I going to count by to get to 200? Sophia, what do you think? If I'm at 100 and I want to get to 200, what am I going to count by?
Tens.
I'm going to count by tens? Is that the fastest? If I can count by ones, tens, or hundreds, what's going to get me there the fastest? Hundreds, right? 100 to 200. I make 100 jump. One jump of 100 to get me to that number of 200. Okay? It doesn't have to be big and scary. All right. Number 6. We're doing them on the board. Second graders should not have them wrong. 200 to 425. 200 to 425. We're going to start at 200. Am I going to count by ones first?
No.
No. Am I going to count by tens first?
Yes.
No. The biggest one, I'm at 100. I'm at like in the hundreds group already. I'm going to count by hundreds. 200 to 300, 300. Here's my target number, 400. I went 1, 2, hundreds. Right? I jumped by 200s. I'm at 400 and I need to get to 425. What do I need to count by next? Louise, don't chit chat with your neighbor, please. What am I going to count by, Louise? No, I'm at 400. I want to get to 425. Am I going to count by ones or tens? I know I can't. I'm going to count by tens, right? That makes sense. 410. 420. I have 1, 2 tens. 2, tens. Okay, now I need to get to 425. The only way I can get to that is by counting by ones. 420, 421, 422, 423, 424, and finally our target number 425. I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops to get there. 5 ones. I need to see that you guys hop by 2 hundreds, 2 tens, 5 ones. It needs to be written down. So Haiti, on that bottom one, you still forgot your ones. You still forgot to tell me how many ones. Check them all before you bring them to me. Did you write how many hops you took on each one of those problems? Stop bringing to me with just one problem done. Do more than one. Solve it. What, honey?
I give up.
No, we're not getting up. You don't need to give up. We're doing it together.
It's too hard.
It's not hard. We're counting by ones, tens, and hundreds. Can you count by ones? Yes, you can.
But your way is harder.
Sweetie, it's not my way. It's the Eureka Math way. But we're just practicing. We're practicing hitting those target numbers and then counting up by bigger numbers. It doesn't need to be scary. You don't need to be scared. You don't need to be scared. Go try it. Go. I need your weights. What's Jaya? I can't see what you're doing. Okay, stop moving your paper, sweetie. Okay, turn it over. Okay, now hold on. Tilt your paper a little bit. Right there. Why would you just count by three ones and then 4 hundreds? Once you're at 490, you need to count by tens to get to 490. 500, it would be 110 to get you to 500, and then 200 to get you to 700, right? Okay. Okay, stop wiggling your paper, sweetie, from this far away. I can't see it very well. If you're wiggling. No, just hold it still. That's all I need. Okay, you just said you jumped by 100. But why are you jumping by tens? Your picture shows that you jumped by 1,000,000 tens from 700 to 800 and something on the last problem there. 700 to 870. You should jump 100 from 700 to 800, and then you jump 7 tens to get from 800 to 870. Right here. That's this one right here. You jump 100 and then you jump 7 tens. All right? Amy, how you doing? Are you writing it down? Honey, it's right up here on the board. Right? So do what's on the board. All right, boys and girls. I want you to work on this for a few minutes. You can do those other ones. Go back in the video, pause. And then you need to work on Zern. Please work on Zern. Spend about a good 20 minutes on Zern. Have a wonderful